see my screen. Chinmay. Shane,
Yeah,
you can hear,
you can see the
right?
screen.
Okay. So actually, I forgot where we were on that day. So we have done the billing process, and reversal is also done, right, on that day. Let's go into the system. FKK Bitmon. Let's look at the build items and see for the contract. So no display. Why there is no display for 851? And let's see for 850. Build but not yet. Let's see this one. We have done a lot of. We did billing right on the day.
We
We did billing.
processed billing. We processed billing. We also saw, combination of billing units together as one. We also did reversal of billing also.
Yeah, but why the data is
Even
not
the
there?
even date determination also we checked how the dates are being determined.
Correct. So display of billable items. Why the data is not yet billed but not yet invoiced? So let's
Maybe
see.
the date you're giving us 23rd of May.
No, it is up to
Maybe
23rd.
uh,
To 23rd. This means up to 23rd. Let's see from 17th. Wow, something
Is it
happened.
refreshed?
I don't know.
did they refresh the system, something like that?
This should not actually.
Yeah, we have got the data.
14. There is a data, right? 14.
Yeah, Z14. We did it.
This was created on 5/3.
Yeah, correct. This was the last data.
The
April was the last data which we created.
19/5. Okay, let's do the billing once. Okay, this is our data, right? G14B, SP14, BR14, and
Yeah.
let's look at the transaction CD14. Okay, let's do the billing on this one. BP14 and SP14, and let's look at the billing date. So bill from is 2020. It is 12. Okay, let's look at 12. Let's see the 12. I'll say 19/12/2024 export mode. So click on OK. Click on OK. BT14. This is fine. Execute. Okay, billing is done. So something. Okay, some data might have missed. Okay, something they refreshed or I don't know. Somebody removed. I don't know. Okay, so so this is on the billing document, right? Now let's go into the configuration and see. So FICA IMG is a T code. Go to convergent invoicing, the billing documents, reversal is also done. Make settings for billing process G14B.
I think it's BP14, I think.
G14B, right?
Billing process
Billing
BP14, BP14.
BP14. Yeah,
Yes.
BP14. Okay, this is done, right? Now reversal also done, right? Now let's go to the next concept. There is a clarification case. Okay, if you see, there is a clarification case. So let's go to our this thing and see what is the clarification case. Okay, so what is a clarification case? Let's say you're creating a billable items, right? And you're saying that, hey, I mean, customer, I'm creating this billable item. Customer has to pay certain amounts. I mean, what is the amount? $500. Okay. So sometimes what happens is when we are doing a billing, we may see cases where, I mean, in general, what happens, our business runs between, let's say that, 100, the minimum is $10 and the maximum is $1,000. Okay. That's where within the range, the business is happening. And all of a sudden you see an amount, 10,000 or, 100,000 order came. And you definitely wanted to have a look at it, right? Before you process that one, before you charge 100,000 for the customer, which is unusual in the scenario, and you wanted to have a look at it and do some action on it, right? And also, if there are any mismatches in the amounts, let's say sometimes what happens is your contract is 500 $100 and you're generating a bid for $500. Okay, that's a mismatch, right, to the actual flow. So those cases, we want another eye before we invoice and send it to the customer. We want someone to validate it. For that purpose, we create a clarification case. Okay. How do we enable a clarification case? When this will come into the picture, we'll see. Okay. Right now we have a billable item, and what for that what we have to do is go to convergent invoicing. In the there is a node called clarification processing. Okay. Click on it. Here define, you see, define checks for source document, assign checks for source document, and define checks for invoicing document and assign checks for invoicing document. So by this mean, what is a source document? Source document is a billing document. Okay, the INVBI billing document we are creating, right? So that's a source document. This is an invoicing document. If you want to enable a clarification case, I mean, if you want to define something and enable that clarification processing based on the limits that we set, we do it on the source document. If you want to perform the same thing on the invoicing, we can do that also. Okay. So before that, we need to maintain a clarification reason. Okay. Why we are issuing a clarification case. Okay. So our application area is yes, standard FICA. You see, these are the different reasons so far created in the system. And if you want to issue a clarification reason, you need to maintain a clarification reason why we are issuing that. Okay. So to create a clarification reason, you need to there is a you create a clarification reason, assign it to a clarification category. So clarification category is a standard field. These are standard. A reason is something we define. Okay. What are the different clarification categories we have? Okay, so if you want to issue a clarification case at the source document, you go with 1 or 2. If you want to issue a clarification case at 0 invoice document, you define 3. And we can issue a clarification case on the contract account. This we don't use anyway, but source and invoice is something we use. And there is something called preliminary invoice. We'll come to this. For that we use a 07. The category is standard. Either of any reason you create, it should fall into this, either of these. Now let's create a reason, clarification reason. So I'll select 01 for my source document, which is billing document. I'll say this is C14. Okay, clarification reason 14. First is you need to create a clarification reason. Save. Go back. Now I need to define a check for my source document when I want to create a clarification case. Okay, now here, this is at the source document, right? Now let's go and create a source document clarification case. Let's copy. I'll create a billing document. See, my source document is what? Billing document, on which I want to create a clarification case. Let's say GCL 14. GCL 14 is my clarification check I am defining, and my clarification reason I have to maintain here. Okay, for each and every check there is a clarification reason assigned to it. Okay, remaining are same. I'm defining a check 14. Now in this check, okay, this check I'll maintain the limits. Okay, if my amounts are outside of this range, I'll issue a clarification case. Right, so my billing amount, if are outside of this range, I'll issue a clarification case. So clarification case can be performed on the amounts as well as on the quantity also. Let's say even you can define a clarification case on the quantity also. If your quantity is more than, if it is outside this range from 1 to 10, if it is more than 1 to 10, then you'll issue a clarification. There are two things. You can do it on the amounts as well as you can do it on the quantity. So most of the time we go with amounts only. Here I'm defining a clarification case GCL 14, and I'm saying that if my amounts are outside of this range, I'll issue a clarification case. Okay, 100 to 250. If it is more than, if it less than 100 or more than 250, I'll issue a clarification case. GCL 14 I have defined, but how do I? This we should use, right? There are a number of clarification checks are defined, but how do we assign ours? So for that, we'll go and assign the check to the source document. Here, you see this. Where is the source document type? We defined one source document type, right, on the billing document. You remember? So if you go to our billing document, see there is a source document type we assigned, right? So at the time we just assigned it. We don't know the importance of it. So the one of the importance is we can control the clarification case using a source document type also. Okay, now I'll copy this one. So this is my INVBI, which is a billing document. If you look at this, INVBI is my billing document. This is standard. Select this one, and I'll say if it is S14. S14 is something we defined, I guess. S14 is a source document. Now we are using it. Earlier we defined it. Now we are using it, right? And what is our clarification check? GCL 14. So for S14, I'm using GCL 14 as a clarification check. Okay, there is something called invoicing category also. You see, this is something we maintain on the contract account, right? So G1C is something we were using on the contract account. So there is one more purpose. The invoicing category also controls the clarification check that we perform on the billing document. Right now I'm keeping it as star. It works for anything. Let's save this one. I define and I assign. Right. Now let's go back and see whether this gets triggered, because our billable item amount is what, 500, which is outside the range of it. Right now let's go up and click on FKK Big One again. Here let's look for the billable items again. You can search for with the billable item class also. What is our billable item class? G14B. See, this way also you can search. Okay, for G14B billable item classes, billable items, it will bring up. Okay, now let's go and invoice this one. Sorry, bill this one. What is my bill date? 5/8. Copy this one and do the billing. SP14, BP14, and this is my build date, right? Click on export mode, select this one, click on OK, and BT14 is something we are using now. It says billable items not processed. Why it is not processed? Let's see the log. Billable item type is missing. Okay, this is one time. Okay, don't use the one time. We did not do that configuration. Use the BR14. Okay, so maybe you take this as an assignment. Okay, for BO14, how do we make this billing process work? Okay, that's a task for you. Now let me go and do the billing for this one, which is 3/9/2024. Okay, now I'll say 23/9/2024. Anything after the billing date. Okay, click on export mode, click on OK and do the billing. And there is no clarification case created. Okay, for GB14B we have. Let me go to the clarification case again. Let me
You
go
mentioned from
completely.
250 till 500, I think so.
Is it? Let me go to the configuration. Define checks. This is my check, right? If it is from
100
100
to
to 250,
yeah.
this should issue a clarification case. Why not? Valid from 1/4/2024 is okay. USD.
Sir, when it says amount limit values, does it mean that 500 is not within the range? That is why it is not issuing a clarification thing?
From 100 to 250. Let me do that. Okay. Let's see 600.
Yes.
It should be outside of the range. Let me see. FKK big split one. Billable items for G14B. Take the one. It is 1/11/2024. The billing date. Control C. Take this one. Bill it. Change the date to click on export mode. No. G14B. So what is the source document type? G14. Let's go to the billing document. S14, right? This is S14. Let's go to the configuration again. GCL14. Assign the check. Yeah, this is fine. Let me use the sequence symbols differently. S14. Define the checks. GCL14. Display this one. Okay, sample. values. Let me see. USD 600, right? Go to C14 TFK 2672. This is correct. Let me go out. Click on FKK Pixbit mode. Billable items G14B. Execute 19.5. This should have a billable item. Let me do the billing again from 2/1/2025. Okay, I'll say 23/1. Export mode. 23 to check. It's not creating. It's for the billing document. There is no clarification case. Just give me a minute, guys.
So is there also a quantity mentioned over there, or for the clarification along with this check rule?
No, there is no quantity. I don't see any quantity there. Let me see if I have any quantity check. Go to FICA. IMG. Conversion invoicing. Clarification case processing. Additional functions. This is not required. This should be outside range only. Go to clarification processing again. Look for the checks. Let me create a new bit. Let's see. FKK Bix underscore bill plan. Creating a new bit. Let's see whether next request is on 1/4/2024. Request execute. Okay, one billable item is created for 20851. Okay, now Control C. Let's do the billing for this. Click on export mode, execute. Yeah. So it's creating a clarification case, right? So it is actually outside the limits. That was correct only. So any
Correct.
amounts outside these limits, it will create a clarification case. Okay. So here, if you see, right, what it is saying, results of check GCL 14 that we have defined, and amount is not within the allowed limits, right? So it is
Okay.
if it is not within the limits, it will create a clarification case. Okay, so it is asking create a clarification case with the reason C14 that we have used, right? Now, if I accept, let's see, accept without reservation. There are two things: accept and accept without reservation. Click on accept without reservation. Now it says a clarification case is created, and go to billing and see. Okay, let's go click on this billing document. Now this button is enabled. If you look at here, this button is enabled. Earlier it was disabled. Now it is enabled, right? Click on this one. See, there is a clarification case 30175 is created, and it is to be clarified. Okay, so we cannot perform any other processing until this clarification case is resolved. Invoicing we cannot do. Okay, it will stop. I mean, until we clarify, it will stop the further processing. Okay, now how do we clarify that clarification case? For that, we have to go to a FKK INV underscore CFC is a T code to see the clarification cases. Okay, here click on the clarification case number. What was the number? 30. Let me see the number. 30175. Right, 30175 is a clarification case created. Click on execute. Okay, so there is a clarification case created. Let's go into the clarification case. So this is a clarification number and category is 01. You see this source document. This is our business partner, contract account, contract number, all those things, and our source document number. This is the amount. Our check. This is the check we have used, and reason is clarification case 14. Okay, and the message says the amount is not within the limits that we set as per the check. So here you can say that you can reverse it. We can say that okay, if you after checking the document, and we can, if we think that this is okay and we can go ahead, we can click on document okay. If you think that hey, this is not something right, and do not invoice, we can say do not invoice, and you can put it on hold or you can reverse it. These are the different things that we can perform directly from the clarification case. Okay, if you click on OK, it will clarify. Now the status is completed. Go and look at the billing document now. And there is something. Okay, no problem. So if you look at the clarification case now, it is completed. That means you can further process this billable item. Whatever the billable item that is generated, you can further process this one. So that's one example of a clarification case. We'll see once we done the invoicing, we can see how do we uh, do the clarification case on the invoicing also. Okay. Now we'll come to this again when we do the invoicing, and there is
So one question.
something else. Yes,
So clarification category, do we have to always use 01 itself because no other assignment is there for it?
for billing.
Yeah, we cannot
That
take
is
a
how.
Z1 in that case.
No, no, there is no B. There is no Z1. There is no Z, right? Clarification
No, there is no
category.
Z. Will have to be because this is not nowhere in the assignment to we are assigning the clarification reason everywhere.
Yeah, the reason is tagged to this category. On the
Yes.
clarification case, you see that, right? If you look at the clarification clarification
Correct, correct.
case,
That,
this is yeah, you have to do that.
so
So if you want
we will have to always use standard itself in this case.
standard, this is standard. Reason you can define your own, but if
Okay.
you are issuing a clarification case for that is how, that is why if you look at, right, if you go to your define checks, go to define checks here,
Here we are
you
not
can
using the clarification category. You're using only the clarification reason and the check assignment over
the
here.
the reasons will show only from the 01, others it won't
Okay.
show.
Ah, yeah. Correct.
The reason it won't show from other let's say 07, we have 07 also, right? If you look at
That's because of
like,
ZCL underscore 14 that we have used.
no, the reason is because of this one, right? Here is it. The clarification reason why how we are getting this one, only few entries we are getting. See,
Okay.
3,
Yes.
6, 9 are getting. Okay, but if you look at
Oh, it's mentioned on
if you
top
look
here
at
because of category 01 is displaying them.
for category 01,
Correct.
only
It's
this
mentioned.
9 only, but 03, 07, you see these are not coming there.
Yes, yes.
We don't system won't allow us to use this one there.
Okay. So it's basically controlled from the backend program as per the transaction.
It's controlled through, yeah. So for everything there is a separate reason,
Okay, sir. Fine.
right?
Fine.
Now this is on the billing side. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, now let's go to invoicing. Okay, so similar to billing, we need to do things for the invoicing also. Okay, so invoicing process. What we have done in the billing, we have defined a billing process, right? So the next step is what? So where are we now? This is done, right? We have done until this part, right?
Next part is
Now
invoicing.
next is invoicing. Okay, how do we do the invoicing? There are few other things. We'll come back to this, but let's go to the invoicing. Okay, now okay, and before that, okay. So far, what we are doing, we were doing only recurring, right? Out of all different charges, we were doing a recurring, right? But how do we generate a one time? Okay, I want to bill the customer only once. How do we generate? So there are two ways we can do. One from the order and the other from the contract. Guys, give me a minute. Yeah. So let's look at the one time. Okay, what is a one time? We don't bill it only. It's one time is a kind of an activation, or we charge the customer once and leave it there, right? We won't generate a monthly or quarterly, annually based on our billing plan, right? But how do we issue a one time charge? Okay, so recurring where we saw it, right? Recurring, we used a billing plan and the corresponding configurations, and from there we are generating a billable item every month, right? So far we have generated so many recurring, right? You see, for the same contract we generated how many we generated, right? So if I want to issue, if I want to, how do we handle the one-time charges? Okay, so one-time charges are activation charges. We charge the customer once and be done with it. Okay, so to charge the customer, to just to charge one-time customer, do we need a contract?
No.
Contract generally when we use, I mean, let's say there is a term associated with it, right? So term associated with it, right? If you
The
look at
billing
a
plan, right?
contract, is a, yeah, there is a term. I mean, there is a let's say from this date to this date, contract validity. The validity of the contract is always associated, right? So when you say contract, a term is associated with it. I mean, the duration is associated with it, right? This is valid from this date to this date. So in this term, we can let's say we create a contract when there is a term associated, and also so based on the frequency, let's say the customer is going with a yearly plan and he want to pay the bill monthly, okay, or you want to pay the bill quarterly. So his customer bought this service for 5 years, let's assume that, okay, and he is going to pay every month based on the billing frequency, right? Every month he is going to pay. So we created a contract and we maintained the term as 5 years, and every month we started billing it, right? Every month we started billing that one using a billing plan, right? Now in case of one time charges or the activation or the one time charges, we don't need a contract. I mean, so to pay activation fee there is no term, right? To activation fee there is no term. We pay one time and on the same day, and it's done there only, right? So for one time, we can generate a one time charge directly from subscription order itself. We can generate, we don't have to go to contract, okay? So order we create a billable item and we do the billing and invoicing, right? There is no contract required or billing plan required. Anything is required there. It's straightforward, right? We don't have to associate any billing plan. The mapping, everything is not required. But if you are going for a recurring, we go with a contract, and there we create a billing plan, and there is from there we create a billable item and billing and invoicing, right? But in case of one time, we directly go with the, this is recurring, and this is one time, okay? So once we charge the customer, we don't look at it, right? Do we look at it? Once we charge the customer, we don't look at it. So it's a one time fee, right? How do we do this? How do we generate a billable item directly from order, okay? So to do that, there is a configuration required. Let's go and see how do we make this available directly, okay? So go to again SPRO, go to service. Guys, 1 minute. Okay, let me go to SPRO and service. Go to transactions, settings for subscription transactions. Go to one-off charges. Okay. Let's see how do we recurring fees we have seen, right? Using a billing plan and all. Now we are going to one-off charges. So one-off charges is a one-time charge. Here, one second, yes. Click on this one. So if you look at it here, it says, I mean, how we can associate, how can we directly generate a one-off charge? Okay, so two things you need to note. One is we need to define a billable item class, account assignment, main transaction, and sub transaction. These things we have done, but for one-off charges also we have to do that. Okay, so there is a integration. If you look at it, there is an integration node. There we need to do certain settings. Okay, these three settings we have to do in that acqua- for one-time charges. And there is one more thing called uh, where is it? Yeah, your item category must be, sorry, there is your item category. You need to define. There is we need to define one more item category. For item category is the first thing you need to do, and then the second thing is this integration, and there is one more setting. Third setting is this 1F. There is a ODI step 1F. These are the three things you need to take care. Okay. So now let's go and config these three things you have to do to enable one-off charges. Just give me a minute. I got a call. 1 minute. Now let's go and create an item category first. Okay. So I say go to SPRO, go to service node again, and go to transactions, basic settings, define transaction types, define item categories. Okay. Here, you remember as I was mentioning the standard item categories that we use, right? So PROF, we look for PROF. So this is your one-time charge, specifically given for one time. Okay, so let's create a one item category with the same thing, and let's see make use of it. Okay, I'm going to use one-off charge for one-off item. I'm going to create a item category. Okay, now let's go and let me see. There is one we can use GZOF. Which one is this one? Not this one. GPOF not required. GROP. GROPE. GTOF. People are creating multiple things. Okay, let me create this one. Okay. So I'll say this one of charge GO 14 is for one of item. Let's save this one. Do we need date profile and all for one off? Can anyone tell me? Do we need a date profile?
Date profile, generally we use it when you're doing periodic billing kind of a thing, right? How do you?
Yeah. For one off, we don't need a date and all, right? It's
Not
all,
required for.
it's not required, right? So I have an
Correct.
item category 014. Now, what is the next thing? I need to define the determination of it, right? So here, if you look at right for item category determination, so what is the thing that is required? Your item category group. Right now, we have only one product, and we cannot have the same thing again, right? Let's go to our transaction type. So on our transaction type, where is my transaction type? Uh, is it mine? Is it ours? Yeah, this is right. GS14, somebody else have done something. Did someone do this thing?
No, sir, nothing from my side. I haven't started till now.
Okay, somebody did something then. GR14. Okay, somebody else is doing something. Okay, no problem. So, see, the item category group must be different, right? So the one with the product that we have, let me see if anybody created any product. Go to the Fury Launchpad. Okay, S4 Prime 3. 1898. Yeah. So go to subscription order management. Somebody is using our thing. I hope they didn't mess up. GS14. Go to select the transaction type and select GS14. Okay, this is ours. Let's see anybody created recently. Oh, there is only one order. Something changed definitely. Okay, that's fine. So to see, to determine this item category, right? What is required? Let's say, can we use the current, the existing product which we have, 80057,
That's a recurring
MM03.
product.
That's a recurring product we enable, right? So we cannot use 8003 because the determination itself, I mean, even the determination, see GO14. Somebody is changing, man. I mean, somebody is creating something. Okay. So 80057, if you look at the item category group, right? Item category group, it says PRRP. So our transaction type and this item category group will always result in what? It will result in this GS14 as a item category, right? But we
Correct.
can, and also we cannot use this product because it always results in GS14. So to create a one-off product, okay, let's say everything is a product, right? Even one-off charge is a product. Okay, so let's create a product, and we specifically for one-off. Okay, and let's for that we'll maintain something different item category group, so that the determination, the PROF or the one which we have used for item category one time, we can make use of it. Okay, now let's go back. 60. Somebody is using the same ID and using it again. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what is this 60 S424. Somebody using the same ID. Okay. So let me create a new one. Okay, MM01. So metal industry sector, I'll say subscription, and material type is always SCBS. So go to SUBS, subscription product, and click on enter. Select these three. So what is our sales are? Our sales arc is S414. Go to S414 and distribution channel is 14. Click on OK. So this is one of 14. Basic unit of measure is EA item category group. Now I'll select it as a different one. You can create your own, and the thing is, it selects the see subscription fee is a one off, right? You can create your G versions also, doesn't matter. Okay, and go to sales org. I'll say these are all not tax relevant. So these are all not tax relevant, and go to sales org 2. I'll say this PRSV, so which is one time, right? No need of contract terms and all. So 80075 is created, and let's go and do that assignment also. Okay, so PROF stand, either you can use standard or you can use the custom ones. Okay, so if I enter a material with item category, the item category group as PRSC, it will determine PROF as a item category, right? That's a definition of this. Now let's go. There is one more setting we need to do. So in the settings for subscription transactions, go to item categories. So if you look at 1F, right? If you look at the PROF, see there is a checkbox for one off. Okay. So if you have to check this one, okay, whatever item category we are creating, it should be of one off. Okay, then only the behavior it behaves as a one off item. Otherwise, it won't. So this is another setting you need to make sure. Now, what is the other one? Let's go and use this one product. Okay, we need to define the price also for this one, right? The one which we just created. Go to week 11 and PR00. Maintain a price for this one. Material with the release status. I'll say this is SO14 is our sales order, distribution channel 14, and product is 80075. Right, we just created one off for this. I'll maintain an amount of, let's say this is $100. It is, let's valid, this is valid from 1st of May, and save this one. Okay, and now let's go into the system and create, let's use that material 80075 and see what happens. So let's create a new order. GS14, select this one. Ours is 182, right? BP14 is 182. See, somebody did this mess up. Okay, now our product is 80075. 80075, for which we maintain $100 as a one off. This is a one off. Now let's go inside of it. This is a one time fee if you look at here, and we don't need a date. And you see on the, for one off charges, there is something called fulfillment status. Okay, let's see the fulfillment status. It is blank. So the next step is we need to enable. Okay, so this should generate a billable item directly from contract itself, right? Order itself, right?
Order
But
itself.
this order itself, right? But this is not generating now. For that, we need to do one more setting. So for that, how a data can be distributed across different systems using ODI, right? So let's go to the ODI. To distribute data, we should define our own ODI step. Okay, so go to ODI. How do we go to settings for subscription transactions, document distribution, and here define settings for document distribution. So what is our schema that we are using? GS. Here I have defined 1F as my one-off schema. Now let's assign this schema to our order also. So GS14 is our transaction type. I'll assign this schema to my order also. What is my order? GS14. Somebody added this one, but schema is different. Okay, somebody messed it up literally. Let's remove this one. Let's add our schema here. Okay, for GS14 and PROF. Right, for this combination, I want to add my schema. What is my schema? GS14 is my schema. Let's save this one. Go back. Make it as a default one. Save this one. So let's select these steps and let's go and create one more order now. Okay, so let's go and refresh this one again. Now let's create a new one. GS14. Click on OK. So to party, select this one to party 182. Select the product and go to fulfillment status now. Steps are not determined. Let me go back. Submit this. Now let's go into the item again. Fulfillment steps not defined. Let's see, there is an error. What is this? Assign a contract. Okay, let me copy this one. Give me a minute. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Sorry, I had to.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
audible, sir.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So let's go to this one. GS14, I have assigned this schema. 1F is the one we need to make sure that and this ODA step must be assigned. Okay. So as soon as you enter this one, the fulfillment it should come. Okay. Why it is not coming? Let me refresh this page again. So that's the second step we need to make sure. Let's go and create a new order S414. Sold to party. And for product 800075, let's see what is the item category determined for this. Okay, select the item category field. Item category. Okay, let's display this one. Subscription on off item. Okay, that is fine. Now let's go into the actions. Go to fulfillment status. Okay, the monitor it should come. It's not coming. Okay, let me go and assign the contract account. There are some issues also. Assign a contract account. Okay, now let's go inside fulfillment status. Go back. Save this one. So I saved this order. Now let's go into the okay, still nothing. Okay, let's go into the configuration again. So this is item category is done. One F and PCOF. Okay, one F and PCOF are already there. Let's see the distribution class again. This is our schema. One F and PCOF both are there. And what else is needed now? Item category is done. Prices are coming fine. This is done, right? One F and PCF. These are the only settings, nothing else is required. What is our item category? Let me go back to BROF. Is our item category. Okay, let me go back to the item category again. Define settings for item categories. BROF. Yeah, sorry, I need to submit this one. Okay, now sorry. So what we have done so far, so we have created an item category, PROF, and after that we have enabled the distribution schema assigned to our item category, the subscription order, as well as the item category PROF, right? That's a ODI. ODI also we have done, and we enable the item category setting to on off. Okay, now I'm creating an order with a product. We also created one product and maintain the price. So let's save this one and assign a contract account. See, okay, assign a contract account. So if there is only one contract account, it gets by default it gets assigned. If there is multiple, then you need to assign manually. Okay, let's save this one. So as soon as I submit this one, okay, as soon as I submit this one, you see, go to the line item, and look for the fulfillment status. Okay, so there is an ODA step defined. You see, what is this step type? Bring the step ID. Where is the step ID? Yeah, step ID. Bring the step ID. Save it. See, 1F is 1F triggered as soon as we do it, right? Now the status is executed. Let's go and see whether any billable item created for this. Okay, so for G14B, let's see any 1F item created today. Go back. 23, right? 23. Let's see anything created today. Nothing is created. So let's see why it is not generating one of bit directly from the order. Okay, so the next thing is, we know that there is a amount that we need to generate a billable item, right? So to generate a billable item, what are the things required? We need to assign a billable item class, the account assignment, the main transaction, subtransaction. These are required, right? So these settings we need to do. Where do we do that? We do it then in the integration. Let's go to FICA IMG, FICA IMG. So we need to inform system, right? So what is my billable item and all. So that we need to do that. Go to customer relationship management and transfer of one-off charges. Here display define billable item classes. Okay. So if my item category is PROF, okay, and my billable item and sub process and billable item class, what should be mine? Mine should be G14B is my billable item class, and sub process is SP14, and my billable item type is what? BO14, right? BO14 is for one off charge, right?
One, one of correct.
So PROF will generate this one. Now let's save this one. And also there is another setting for account assignment. So what is my sales arc SO14, right? For that we need to assign the company code and division. Okay, so let's assign my SO14. Copy this one. What is our sales arc? SO14, and distribution channel is 14. For this combination, we should assign our company code CD14, division 14, right? Let's save this one. This is done. Now the next one is the main transaction, sub transaction we need to assign. Okay,
Sir, while doing
define.
our recurring time, we had not assigned this sales org, right? That must we had done this.
Yeah, that is recurring. How it is coming through? It is coming through a billing plan.
Yeah,
So
we had a
there is,
billing plan to which we had assigned our billable class.
ha. So at least the billing plan has some integration. Billing plan, the billable items, sub process, everything is known upfront. But
Yes.
when we are dealing with subscription order, there is no billing plan. We should someone should tell that whenever you are generating a billable item from subscription order, use this one, right?
Okay.
What should be the billable item class? What should be the sub process? That those things some we should instruct system. Then only it understands whenever there is a ODI step that it gets executed. Okay.
Okay. So the
Now
sales
in the
area is not a it will not be applicable for our recurring process where the billing plan is used.
because it is already known, right? In the billing plan, we are already configuring. On the contract also,
Yes.
we are already configuring.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Fine.
uh, for PROF item category, what should be my debit MT14,
MT14 and ST14.
ST14, credit
MT14,
also
ST14.
you can use the same or you can use a different one also. Okay, MT14.
So the
ST,
ST14 for the fourth one. Yeah.
yeah, ST14. Okay, for one-off charges, we are which we are generating directly from subscription order. These things we need to make sure. Then only the system understand that, hey, I mean the configuration is in place and we should create a billable item for that as soon as the ODA step is there. That's the reason I showed you, right, specifically the screen I showed you, because these are the settings that you need to do to enable one-off charges directly, right? The first thing I showed you is this screen, right? So there is a description clearly by SAP. That's the reason I showed you for this. Now let me go and create a new order. So GS14 and enter the sold to. Somebody extended our product, our sales are, our BP. You see, right? I thought it's you guys, but it's okay. Enter the product. 100. Save, edit list, and add the contract account. Let's go back. Assign the contract account. See our contract account or VP. There is one more contract account created. That's the reason it is asking every time. Okay, save this one.
In the change log, we can come to know the ID who's creating it.
And somebody used the same ID, NS4 Brim3, the one which you are using.
Oh,
That's the reason.
that's one.
Yeah. So let's go to fulfillment status now. And it is successful. Let's go and see the billable item whether it is generated for G14B now. See, there is a one-off item created. This is one-off item. By looking at the billable item type, we can say that this is a one-off item, right?
Screen sharing has stopped, sir.
Oh, is it? I didn't stop.
Or is it only for me?
Sub, can you see the screen? Chinmay left or what? Is it visible now? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So this is how a billable item for one-off item is generated. From here again, it's the same process. We do the billing and we do the invoicing. Okay. So I wanted to connect the clarification case and the one-off items I wanted to show today. So next class we'll start from invoicing. Okay, we do the invoicing and we'll do some more stuff on the invoicing and CI. So we'll stop it. We'll stop here for today. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll continue from the next class.
Fine, sir. So tomorrow, are we going to have it, or is it going to be Monday straight away?
Monday. It's going to be Monday. Yeah. We'll
Monday, right?
start with the yeah.
Okay. So this Saturday, Sunday, no classes then. Fine, sir.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.